Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I'm Mace, coming to you from Vancouver Island in Canada, your Commonwealth cousin over here. And yeah, hope everyone's doing good down under and everywhere. Let's check this out. On this day, 23rd of September 2009, Red Dawn. So what is this Red Dawn? The description says, on the 23rd of September 2009, Sydney awoke to a red dawn, the result of the city's worst dust storm in its history. Let's see if there's anything about this. 2009 Sydney dust storm. Comes right up. Sydney airport brawl. I want to see that. Let's check this one out. The 2009 Australian dust storm, also known as the Eastern Australian dust storm, was a dust storm that swept across the Australian states of New South Wales and Queensland from the 22nd to the 24th September 2009. The capital, Canberra, experienced the dust storm on the 22nd of September, and on the 23rd of September, the storm reached Sydney and Brisbane. Some of the thousands of tons of dirt and soil lifted into the dust storm were dumped in Sydney Harbour and the Tasman Sea. On the 23rd of September, the dust plume measured more than 500 kilometers in width. Holy shit! 1,000 kilometers in length, and covered dozens of towns and cities in the States. All right, let's see in the comments who remembers this. How did it affect you at the time? This imagery is absolutely insane. Aesthetically, it reminds me a lot of Blade Runner 2049 when they have those really dusty yellow orange scenes, just the tint. But yeah, that's an incredible image. Dust storms at Surfer's Paradise. Craziness. All right. Well, what do you know? Roger Deakins, cinematographer of the film Blade Runner 2049, has stated that the images of the dust storm at Sydney directly inspired the film's Las Vegas scenes. Well, that makes perfect sense. All right, let's check it out.
It blasted in under the cover of darkness, but when Sydney woke to a blood-red dawn,
A blood-red dawn. It certainly does have aesthetically this apocalyptic foreboding about it, doesn't it?
proved an absolute showstopper. The city's world-class sites were done and dusted.
I actually thought the whole city is on fire or something. It was just so red.
As the dust storm swept through, even catching the bus looked dangerous. And if you thought it was crazy to step outside, then try going for the morning jog, breathing deep,
Oh,
or
man.
that not-so-fresh air.
Whew.
Then there was the extreme workout, a boot camp that left them really seeing red under Bondi's stained sky.
I would not want to be doing a boot camp workout on Bondi Beach.
Well, this is by far the biggest dust storm I've ever seen in Sydney. We think there's probably 1,000 tonnes of topsoil been dumped on Sydney this morning.
It travelled more than 1,000 kilometres from Australia's Red Heart. Before hitting Sydney yesterday, the storm swept through Broken Hill, turning day to night dust as fine as talcum powder.
Oh my gosh. I think we better go outside, Ted.
Carried on winds that were
Positively
not only strong,
apocalyptic
gusts
looking.
of up to 100 kilometres an hour, but persistent.
Now, what normally happens is that the winds tend to die off at night and the dust doesn't make it over the ranges. But in this case, the winds kept blowing all night and the dust came right across the ranges and we woke up to that amazing sight.
Broken Hill, of course, the filming location of Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior.
In Sydney this morning.
It was just the most gorgeous thing you've ever seen.
So I thought it was a beautiful sunrise, and I was ready to take a photo until I opened the blind, and it was like, oh my God, is this the end of the world or what?
She wasn't alone. Just about everyone tried to capture the moment. People sending photos and videos on mobile phones saw traffic surge. On Telstra's network, it doubled. But not everyone enjoyed the spectacle.
It's horrible.
Well, it's
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be an enjoyable thing. I mean, the images of it are spectacular, and it's looking at it from a scientific standpoint might be spectacular, but it seems to be dangerous, right? Like,
hard to believe this is Sydney's morning peak hour. Visibility is so poor you can barely see the harbour bridge behind me. They've all but closed the shipping lanes on the harbour, and the Port Authority is sounding a fog alarm. Tourists were still trying hard to see the sights. Welcome to beautiful Sydney.
Well, at least we can see the bridge a little bit. I'm glad I didn't book a bridge climb today.
You can't really blame them for walking right past the Opera House. It even gave our snowfields a pink dusting before heading offshore. Ali Donaldson, 10 News.
Well, yeah, that's the first time I've seen images of it or knew about this dust storm. I just want to see what else it says here. Meteorological. I can't talk right now. According to the New South Wales Regional Director of the Bureau of Meteorology, Barry Handstrom, the cause was an intense north low-pressure area, which picked up a lot of dust from the very dry interior of the continent. Senior forecaster Ewan Mitchell said winds from a cold front picked up dust from the northeast South Australia on the 22nd of September. That night, the winds strengthened to 100 kilometers per hour as the dust collected in the areas of New South Wales that were drought affected. Wow. There was a second dust storm. Let's see the impacts. The first city to be affected was Broken Hill, which was blacked out at 3:30 p.m. At least one mine was shut down. It was also witnessed in Cowra. The storm blew across Canberra and the surrounding region by midday on the 23rd of September, before being washed away by overnight rain. It was reported that the dust set off smoke alarms across the state and prompted increased demand for emergency services. Asthma sufferers were hospitalized. Rain was also reported to have resulted with cricket-sized ball hailstones falling. Damn. Yeah, this is the image that 100% reminded me of Blade Runner 49. So I think it's cool that Deakins, and Deakins is an Australian, or he's an English cinematographer. I know he's also the cinematographer who shot Mad Max Fury Road. I believe he did. Let's just double check that. Oh, I guess he didn't shoot Fury Road. Who am I thinking of? Okay, obviously not Deakins. Mad Max Fury Road. I'm just it's bugging me now. John Seal, right? Okay. Anyways, wow. Yeah, crazy images. Let me know in the comments your memories of it, how it affected you. And yeah, I'm glad that I don't have to have a dust storm here in my place. All right. See you on the next one. Shooter.